everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today, as promised from my previous video, I did this amazing, very symmetric, and even I'm pretty shocked, graphic green liner, and I paired it with these amazing wine colored lips just to make it look super romantic and still winter friendly. Without any further ado, okay everyone, skin is done and I used Bobbi Brown's Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. You guys know I add 2 drops of oil to this, and for eye cream I used this Skin Fix 360 Boost. For my lips though, they are exceptionally dry, just like the way my nails are exceptionally ugly and undone today. This has saved my skin. Like, it just made it incredibly soft. Like, this I think is better than La Mer, though obviously the finishes are completely different. One of those days when I want to use a primer, so I'm using this MAC Studio Prep and Prime, and I'm just going to apply it on a few areas where I want like that bit of smoothness. So always in a downward motion this way. Skip the color correction part because I want to make a separate video on that, because there's some things I do which I think, let me like make one video of that and it'll just be easier for you to follow and understand. Behind on my hand here we have a little concoction of 3 products as base. So there is this one, the NARS light reflecting foundation. I want like a nice glowy base today, but now the light reflecting foundation is a little too light for me. So this is what I do. I usually put a little bit of this NARS tinted moisturizer, and this is in Malaga. That is the more dark orangey thing that you can see. And to bring a little more glow, if that wasn't enough already, this is Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter. Just a little swipe of that and let's see where we arrive at. Let's have a swipe. Ooh, I just hope it's not too bright for my skin. But let's start blending this out. Now honestly, this is the palest I have ever been, because I've been indoors. I think that goes well with the rest of my body. I mean, especially once we bronze a little bit, I think it should all be fine. Now I also shaved my face. I'll actually be making a reel on my Instagram to show you how I do it these days. I mean, I have the video of shaving my face. I have a little spot here that I use the color corrector on, so I'm just trying to get that done. Also bringing it down my neck, because my neck is looking, I feel like it's looking very pale today. Across my chest to bring some color back. It looks like a graveyard. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Dutch Shape Tape on my eyelids. There's so much discoloration that I just cannot skip this step. I'm just putting this beauty blender over just to make sure there are no finger marks left. And then using my Laura Mercier powder to just set this base. Also, we are going to excuse my hair because it is first day hair and it's just all over the place. And I don't feel like putting any product in there, so let's take a moment of silence. Okay, now for all over my eyelids, I want something that is closest to my skin tone. So I'm going to mix like kind of these two on this large A11 fluffy brush. And we're just going to swipe this color everywhere. All the way, again, just like my previous video, from lash line to brow bone and inner corner to outer corner. We're going to move straight into that graphic eye. So what I have here is my Urban Decay gel pencil. This is an Overdrive, and this is like a nice green pencil. I usually end up putting a little line here, and that's how I kind of start with the look. I don't want anything to go in that little fold there, so I'm just going to draw outside that fold. Down, staying kind of outside. Oh, by the way, you guys need to have a sharp pencil. So I'm going to relax my face into how I usually keep it when I'm, talking to people and stuff, which is this way. And we're going to start a little mark there. So now I'll just join this right there. I'm going to leave that line there, and I'm going to actually start working on creating a nice wing here. This pencil is super smooth, so it just glides really nice and effortlessly. And as I come into the outer corner, I'm just going to pull this out. And what I want to do is create a nice shape. So I like to go somewhat this way, just keeping the pressure really nice and light, and I'm just going to get these two to join. Now from this Novena palette and this brush number 16 from KJH, I'm going to use the shade B5, just lightly carving it out and also like kind of blending it slightly. It also softens the look of the eye, but if you guys want, you can obviously just leave it as is. I'm just gonna now start thickening this line a little bit. So I have my elbow on the table and with my pinky finger just against my cheek, and you're gonna trace back. And I'm keeping the edge open this way. I don't want to put anything on it right now. Now comes the most difficult part, doing the same thing on the right eye. Once again, I'm starting from that little corner. I kind of like to stop right there and then usually start with this wing a little bit. Of course, the two sides are going to be very different because I have more space here and less space here. But obviously, you're gonna try to make it look as even as possible. And using that same green shadow again, I'm just going over that line. Once again, we'll go over with this pencil. If it needs sharpening again, go ahead and do it. I'm just going to use a little concealer and just make it nice and sharp. I'm going to use a little bit of this brown pencil to just line my upper waterline, bringing a little bit, barely going over the edge, and I'll just blend that very slightly because it looks a little jagged. Finally, curling lashes. I love this Zara lash curler. It just, I feel, fits my eye so well. I obviously used to use something from, the drugstore before, like a normal eyelash curler, but I feel like this makes the biggest difference. Okay, I'm going to use two mascaras today because one, the telescopic, is for length and the Marc Jacobs one is for volume. So we're going to start off with this one first. And I'm actually not going to do any falsies. And using my beauty blender, I'm going to lightly start bouncing this under my eyes because I think it's time we start finishing the rest of the makeup. So this shade is perfect for me once I've done all my color correction. It's like brings this nice light hint of a highlight without being like too overpowering, I think this is medium sand. I'm gonna take some and also bounce it on the center of the forehead. Just taking a little bit of this Laura Mercier translucent powder on this. This is so good, by the way. I think everyone should get one if possible. I just got mine from Amazon for like, I don't know, $6 or something. Alright, next is contour, and its ease of use is what I absolutely love. So, it's just so easy and even beginner friendly for that matter. I don't know if you can see, I have like a little bumpy area here, so I like to really push that at the back. While we're at it, I like to just pinch this brush this way and just bring like 2 stripes down, and just to lift the tip of the nose, just put it from down here. A friend recently came back from Korea and she got me this palette. This is called the Dikalu Cocoa Venus. Just taking a little bit of this color on this packer brush, and I'm just very lightly gonna apply this all over my lid, on that entire area where there's nothing basically. I feel like this brings a really nice sheen to that whole area. Now for my lower waterline, I'm just going to bring this brown pencil just like 1/3 of the way into. For bronzer, I'm just going to take my MAC Give Me Sun and using this brush, which I haven't washed by the way. I'm just very lightly bringing warmth. So I'm going all the way pretty high and just swooping this everywhere. For blush, I was actually thinking the Rare Beauty one, but I changed my mind because my texture is being amplified at this point. I think because I still have to learn how to use this, but instead we're gonna go with the powder blush. This is the Morphe blush palette in 9B. I don't know if this is available anymore, but I'm gonna take this shade, which is like a light dusty pink. I'm not too good at describing colors, to be honest. Bringing this kind of even above my nose here, bringing some continuity. I used this in my previous video and I've kind of fell in love with it again. This is the Kali Bible BH Cosmetics palette and it's one of the highlighters from there. Love how subtle this is, and it's like a very nice pink champagne-y color. Now I want to bring back some hydration into my face, and I'm just going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray because everything is starting to feel a little too tight. A quick tip, please don't do it like the way I did it, especially if you already have mascara because it'll actually transfer. So while that is drying, I'll just bring back some of my beauty marks. This, I just like to rub anything that's there on top. Here, there's one pimple mark. Let's bring them back a little bit, like especially these ones, but I don't let it bother me too much. I think I'm leaving the lips a little matte looking, so I'll just reshape my lips using Soar from MAC. And this is a Dior Addict lip tattoo in 491 Natural Rosewood. I feel like the purple tones from this will bring a nice contrast to the look. Now I find the formulas of these a little drying, so that's why the Aquaphor helps. Just to bring that color from the lips to the cheeks, I'm just taking some like this and I'm just like patting it just to bring that slightly like winey color. This is all improv, by the way. To give it a little bit of an interesting edge, I'm actually gonna put 3 crystals on each eye, 1 in the inner corner and 2 on, you know, like 2 little friends sitting on the wing. So that's the rhinestones on, and you know, this step, I'm just gonna take a little powder and start blotting obviously any areas that I don't want shine. Just refine the texture and make it look like so silky and smooth. I'm back. I just changed my earrings and added these for some extra bling. These are from Zara. And I also used some hairspray because I was just like, all those baby hairs were all over the place. So I've kind of managed to get them a little into order. But this is the finished look. You all, how do you like it? You guys must know that it is actually super easy to change the feel of this look just by using different colored lipsticks. Like this is definitely a little more romantic evening vibe. If you make the lips a little more peachier, it's definitely more daytime. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe because it really helps me. I'll see you guys next time, maybe with a video of, I'm thinking, the color correcting part. Yeah. Okay, anyway, see you all soon. Take care and bye-bye.